people ask me why. I've started recording.
What time do you have to leave?
We have an hour.
All right, let's go.
Let's run it. Yeah, you started, Jerry. I don't know how to start this shit.
Word. Everyone recording?
1 second.
Are we saying fuck the doll or no?
I'm recording in the DAW.
Can I be real with you? I haven't recorded the doll the last couple weeks, but I'll record in the doll now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, fuck
All right, ready? Wait,
I'm recording.
I'm recording. Okay.
I'm about to record now. All right, I'm recording.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
She making beans. What the fuck?
That's probably my favorite TikTok right now.
It's good impersonation.
It's the best. It takes me a while to get into it, but once I find it,
I can do that real well. Hold on. She making beans. I can't anymore.
Okay. Oh, you said you could do it, so go ahead.
Dude, I tried to scream yesterday and it hurt. Like I tried doing like I can't, yeah. I think they're inhaling it like that.
Nah, no way.
No, you're right. But we're
all right, should we start this thing?
Yeah.
All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Two Dudes, Two Dolls. With me, as always, Sergeant Gucci Man, and our latest and greatest, Mr. Kevin Dunn. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, yo.
I'm smoking weed.
Dude, today at work, I hit my finger so hard with a fucking hammer that, like, it looked like I, like, cut it really bad, like, on a piece of metal. But it was literally blunt trauma through my glove with the hammer. The shit exploded.
I was cleaning a butcher's knife this week, and I'm sitting there cleaning it, and in my head I'm like, does anybody else do this? When you're overthinking, you do the thing that you're overthinking about.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here, I'm like, don't cut yourself. Like, don't cut yourself. Don't fucking cut. Like, and I have to get this, like, there was like, because we don't have a fucking pizza cutter, so I use a butcher's knife, and I went to go clean it, and there was like, cheese. Don't ask. Just don't ask. I don't even want to get into it. It's the only knife that's capable of doing the job. That's all I got to say. So I have to get this cheese off. So I'm just using my sponge. And every time I'm like slipping off the sponge because the knife's like real fucking.
You were talking about the pizza.
No, I'm talking. Yeah.
Why are you taking the cheese off?
I'm cleaning
You ever see someone do that where like they get the slice of pizza and they pull the entire cheese off?
I have not.
It's like taking the meat off of a sandwich and then eating the bread.
I've never seen that because I do not associate with people like that. And if I ever saw that, like if I took a girl out on a date and she took the cheese off the pizza, I'd probably leave.
I mean, I don't think I've seen it. Like,
I would pay for her Uber still, but I would probably leave.
I don't think I've seen it since like school, like probably like middle and elementary school. But that shit.
What about the people who go like this to the pizza with a napkin?
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
The whole purpose is the grease.
That shit's tragic.
Well, you don't want too much. I mean, I don't dab it with a napkin. You know, at this point, I know where to go for pizza. I don't. You know, I'm not like going to places and.
I like my pizza wet. I like it greasy.
Either. Yeah. Like, here's the thing: if you eat pizza properly, i.e., folding the slice, if there's too much grease, it's just going to drip out the butthole.
Right.
Time out. Speaking of pizza, and this should be the last thing about pizza. Chicago pizza sucks.
Oh, that shit's trash.
What
bro.
Wait, Chicago? Like Chicago?
We
pizza,
tried
like the restaurant.
No, we tried deep dish.
No.
We tried pizza.
No.
It's bad.
You went to a bowling alley and ate the fucking pizza.
What do you?
What you told me.
What do you?
No, it tasted like bowling alley.
Oh, pizza.
Where'd you go to get it?
Well, I think
the most recommended place by Chicagoans.
No, then what was it?
I think it was
Pesquick.
Oh. It was like something.
Yeah, like
should have went
Pequods.
Pequods.
It was Pequods.
Lou Malnati's.
So that was the thing is everyone is saying it's either like what's the other one? Is like Geno's or something.
Yeah, something like that. And then
it's
they said
like that.
But like these are people
who recommended it?
People from Chicago.
Who though? Like that you can't like
I don't
can't-
know their names, Jerry.
I
Oh,
forget
mean,
on
like
the
what
Facebook.
what oh you put on Facebook?
Yeah, and like my boys who live in like
Are they
people,
DIY people?
yeah, who
All
either
right, look, you can't
yeah,
trust DIY
that's
people
facts.
on
Yeah, most of us are
That's true.
vegetarians, and we don't really
it's not even that. It's just like I mean like come on, you know.
So
You know.
I do, Kevin.
I
I do.
yeah. You guys ever had sushi pizza?
Yeah, it's
No.
actually good.
It's really good.
It's
actually.
fire. Look,
Yeah.
all right, we'll leave it at this. Next time I go to Chicago, I'll bring you guys with me. We'll go to Luminati's. I went there. we
Yeah,
had-
when's next Raw? That's where it's
what?
at. Or is it Raw normally at
No, we went to a wrestling show in Chicago and
I thought it
don't-
was Raw.
no. And yeah, no, we had the deep dish pizza and it was delicious. And I had a glass of red wine with dinner, which I never have, and it was really good.
Chicago
Alright.
brings something out of you, right?
Being on vacation brings something out of you. It's just like you just do things. Not that having a glass of wine at dinner is absolutely wild, but just
In Chicago, we were too scared to ask the people to go pee in their fucking
Oh,
restaurants,
bro.
so we just peed outside of the van in a public parking lot where people were obviously walking by and saw us.
see, that's the place where you do ask people because like if they say no, you know for a fact you're never gonna see them again in your entire life.
I don't know
So-
what our deal was. I think we were still just hype on the piss too.
I think me and Matt were just, yeah, we were, dude. By the
Anyway.
way, I don't know if anybody knows this, and I think we should get into the episode after this. So when we went on the tour, we've talked about the tour. I didn't mention this about the tour. Jack, just like the great genius this man fucking is, he goes, hold on. You guys are going on a cross-country tour for 30 days. Let me do this. We did this. We
he
made
made it for the All Shucks tour, dude. We broke the thing in.
Oh, I thought it was,
Oh right.
by the way, it's a piss
I know what this is.
It's a piss
Go
tube.
ahead.
This
Yeah.
tube connects, duct tapes underneath of the van, out the back of the van, right? Or like something like that. And it shoots piss.
So my van. Let me explain the piss
Yeah,
tube because
yeah, it's
I
your,
remember
it's your
it
tube. It's your
vividly.
tube.
So Jack got a funnel and molded it, and I'm pretty sure this was totally a Jarrett idea, but Jack was like, "No, that's great. That's a great idea. I will make it." And so he like molds this funnel to this piece of vinyl tubing, and the side door of my van didn't shut like correctly.
Right.
So it was enough for like a 3/4 piece of vinyl tube to get shoved out the side of the van. So
Oh yeah.
so we just as the piss tube. And listen, we're not savages. We had a sanitization mechanism.
Real
We
good.
would hit it with the hand sanitizer and dump some water down
Listen,
and
we were
flush it out.
doing more COVID protection with that
I was
piss
gonna
tube than people are doing now.
I'm sorry. I'm shocked you got COVID after having to use that thing.
Right? Right. Like, dude, all of the shit on tour, I'm still surprised by. Like, I don't understand how I didn't get sick on tour. There was a time where we went to the tour we got arrested on, Jerry. I had the flu the first 2 days. Remember, I literally was
I don't
taking
remember a whole lot of that weekend.
yeah.
Frankly.
So I had the flu, and I remember I quit Domino's because I had the flu, and they didn't let me fucking stay home. So I was just like, all right, I quit. Oh my God. I need to turn off my notifications, but I updated my fucking Mac and I don't know how.
But that, I think it's a good time to get into the topic of tonight's episode.
Yeah.
So I have to burp. All right, we're good. No, we're not. All right, we're good now.
Wait, real quick.
Hit me.
Kevin, did you know that Kendrick Lamar's Kill My Vibe is Beach House's PPP backwards?
I did not know that.
But now if you listen to it, you're gonna go, oh
I'm
I
gonna
hear it.
have to after this.
yeah, it's
So-
fucking dope. It's some guy flipped it on TikTok and I was like, how? I knew I heard it. Like I heard Beach House and I was
Right.
like, I like this for some reason. But
Oh,
yeah,
is that the guy? Real quick, and then we'll get right into it. Is that the guy that like he like pulls up the samples
Yeah.
and like he stands in like he yeah okay that
Dude,
dude
Like, he,
I
like,
fucking
breaks-
love that guy.
that dude is
That's
so sick.
actually something I'm about to start doing. I've been
You
thinking, but
should.
I want to do it on some niche shit, like old soul albums that sample and stuff where people don't even know it's a sample.
Mhm.
But that's what he's doing. But I want to do it not in rap because
Right.
everybody's doing rap. But yeah,
Hell yeah. Well, so, and kind of on this topic, especially because it's my first question. So Luke dropped a track the 21st of March, yeah?
yes sir.
And
Yes,
we were
sir.
supposed to talk about it for like the past 3 weeks. And also, I just want to call myself out. We were supposed to do an episode last week. Luckily, we had one in the archives, but I literally just slept from like 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. Like I was done. Old Jerry's checking out, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I felt so bad, Luke. I wanted to say that on the podcast because I was
It's actually better because I feel like I'm now starting to get listens on it, and people are I feel like people wait like 2-3 weeks when they're bored with all their local friends, and they're like, okay, this Lil Py kid put something out. Let me listen to him. But yeah, so I think it
Yeah,
actually
so-
works out.
cool. Well, my first question about it, if you remember and can cite any of them, what are all the samples from
Oh, yeah.
records or other tracks that you used?
So, all right, I'm not gonna play the music loud enough, but I need to hear it because like I know the samples, but I don't like off the top of my head. But a lot of them I go on YouTube and I'll find something like that really like, okay, the middle sample where it's just like that weird like breakdown part that's going on. You know what I'm talking about? That's Hey Arnold.
Okay.
I thought you meant The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. Like
No.
Sorry,
That's
go ahead.
Let's
the
go.
episode of Hey Arnold where Arnold meets a homeless guy, and the homeless guy's like, he's talking about something deep. Like this whole song is basically about living nothing, like just kind of just like in limbo. Like a lot of like my tracks are similar to that, but like this one's just kind of just like the pandemic happened, nobody's doing shit, the world's in this dystopian view, and it's like not that I speak about these things, but it's like more so that's the vibe. And this Hey Arnold thing, this old guy's just like, hey kid, take in as much as you can. Like I don't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, take in as much as you can because like you could turn out like me, old and poor and homeless. And that's kind of what I've been like living in my life. It's just like, oh shit, like I want to start talking, like I want to like volunteer, like I almost said a shelter, that was the wrong word, but like you know, like
No, a homeless shelter. That's
no,
okay.
no, not even a home. Well, maybe a homeless shelter, but more so like something with the elderly, because like this is a fucked up thing. But I do want to learn from them because they're like 70, 80. Some of them made huge mistakes. Some of them made huge fucking progress, and it'd be cool to like get that and like internalize it. I don't know. So like, just kind of like, yeah. So that's one of the samples. At the very end, it's just this really fucking sick jazz sample I found, and I was like, oh, I just gotta like, I don't know, like if you listen to Quasimodo or Madlib or anything like that, a lot of his songs he just whatever he likes he throws in, and I took that into big incorporation for myself, and I just like I didn't even that last sample I didn't pitch or anything, like it's just that's how it sounds. Like I'm Spotify, don't fucking please don't do anything rash. But yeah, like yeah, so like the samples just usually come from like I'm like watching YouTube, making a beat, and then like I'll hear the sample, and then like that's like how I found that last sample. I was like gonna flip that, and I couldn't figure anything out to flip with it, but I liked it a lot, so I just took the splice that I liked and I put it at the end. Plus, it's also a thing where I know if like people listen to it or not. So when I'm like, yo, you like that jazz sample? They're like, yeah. In the middle, I'm like, no.
Right.
The jazz sample at the end, you know, like it. I do stuff like that because like
Right.
I like to catch people slipping. I like
Yeah.
to, you know, they're like, oh, the verse is good. I'm like, which part? Which one? Mine? Yeah, but
Their
A lot of
song.
people flip me and Flatly up.
Mm,
They'll think that I'm Flatly, and then they'll think that Flatly's me. I'm like, no.
interesting.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask because like part of the song is about like it. At least it's referenced in the lyrics twice about like cutting up records. Um, are any of the samples on that like cut from records?
No.
That's
No.
interesting.
It's more of a metaphor. So flipping a record is more like flipping my life around.
Mm,
And then when so that one quote where I go, Mr. Lewis is speaking to me to flip me something ruthless. Because I did the day before flip I think it's like a Lewis Stewart jazz record. So like I reference, so like I didn't want to make this a boom bap song. I wanted to make it a little more poppy because like we can get into this later, but I have 3 different characters and Kevin was like kind of shitting on me. Not shitting on me, but he was confused about it. I get it. But so Lil Py I like to look at as my more so like he's versatile, he sings and he raps, right? So I like to have a little more of a poppy lo-fi sound with that. Like I like to think like if I get better with my production and go into the direction of like more of a Joji style of rapping where it's dark, not emo rap, but it's like still emotional and like trappy and stuff. So like yeah, like I didn't want to add any flips to that because it would make it automatically in the not automatically, but the way that I flip it would put it in the category of like this is boom bap. You know what I mean? Because I don't use a lot of effects when I make tracks. So like when I'm flipping stuff, the reason like it's like boom bappy is because I just flip something and then add drums and then that's what the fucking song is. Like more like Jay-Z, Madlib, Quasi, like he adds effects on his shit. But like with like trap and stuff, they'll sample something from a record, but they'll have like shit ton of like delay with a phaser and a flanger and it reverbs and it has stereo depth going everywhere, but it's only like a piece of it. You know what I mean? But I use more like parts of a whole entire song. I've even done shit where I use like a whole record to like chop like I'll pick something from track 1, track 3, flip it, pick something from track fucking 3 on that, like stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't want to do that for Lil Py. But yeah.
So let's get into the other 2 characters who we got.
So Lucas, I dropped it's I on Lo-Fi. It's called the Lucas mix, which is untitled. But so the first half, I just pitched my vocals basically. It's a big again another tip of the hat to Madlib, Quasi, Mac Miller, Tyler, you know, type shit like that, where I just pitch my voice. But like, see, like Lil Py is like me, right? Lil Py is like who I am today. And I like to think of Lucas as that ignorant, you guys remember me being that ignorant piece of shit, like flipping pounds on shit and like snorting coke. Just ignorant. I was ignorant. I was just fucking ignorant, going to like metal shows and beating the shit out of people for fun. Like that was like my weekend. So like Lucas is like that ignorant like guy. Like if you listen to the second half of that Untitled remix, which I like to call it a premix. I think I'm gonna start doing that. Is like instead of dropping remixes, I'm only gonna drop premixes. So like you get like you're like, oh, this shit's sick, and then you hear the actual track, you're like, oh, this is not anything that I thought it was gonna be. So because like Untitled, the Lucas mix is like, hold up.
Speaking of Lucas.
Yeah, that's the funniest part. Untitled, the Lucas mix is a lot more of a, I think it's still, everything's in 90 BPM, which is funny, but it's more, double timed. So it's like doom ka, doom ka, doom ka. But then the Untitled, like actual Lil Py track is like doom ka, like real like swingy, kind of like more of a halftime vibe. So I thought that was like a cool thing to get people hyped, is like give them something that I'm just like ripping. And I think it was like my bet. I think honestly that Lucas mix is way better than my Untitled mix. I think my Untitled mix is radio ready, but Lucas, like I ripped the bars. Like that was like, I think those are the hardest lines I've ever written in my life. You know, like, and to give a good example of Lucas, so a lot of the stuff I do is metaphorical. Let me let me really emphasize that. A lot of the shit that I say, all of the shit that I say while I'm Lucas is metaphorical. It's supposed to be extreme, but like not like that fucking Eminem shit where he talks about fucking his mom. Like, no. I'm talking more like, I like to think of Lucas as like the anger of me, like that I get to express. Cause like, you know, I get pissed off. Everybody gets pissed off, but like the whole thing is like Lucas is like all of my anger when I'm pissed off about. And so the second half of that whole song is referencing me like literally just fucking shooting people up and like shit like that. And yeah, so like Lucas is just like this crazy fucking psychopath. Lil Py is me now, where I'm just like not an I don't like to think of myself as an adult. I mean, I am an adult, but like I don't like to think of myself as like working that 9 to 5 with the off, but like I'm more mature. And then I'm working on some like bedroom pop stuff, which is just gonna be like Luca, but that's gonna be like my real sad boy. Why don't you love me? Mom, dad, I hate you type vibes. Cause like I the whole thing with the characters is like I don't know how to incorporate all of those feelings into one thing, right?
Mm.
And I like the idea of like these worlds all clashing together because you get aspects of Luca and Lil Py, you get aspects of Lucas and Lil Py, right? But then like I have that whole bedroom pop vibe, which is just Luca, and then like Lucas is just like me like doing boom bap. And there's times where you listen to Lil Py and it's all incorporated. I like to think that Lil Py is like the thing, which I think I'm gonna change that name eventually. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I don't like Lil Py anymore. I think it's like I think if anything, Lucas should be Lil Py and Lucas should be
That's
what I'm
gonna confuse the shit out of people.
Yeah, exactly. But like that's why I gotta just change the name. Because Lil Py is like an ignorant ass name, and Lucas is more like a rap, like radio ready name type situation,
Right,
you know?
for sure.
But yeah, characters are just
Interesting.
all my emotions put into different categories. Because like, look, I don't know how to channel all my emotions perfectly. So it's like sometimes I'm just really fucking pissed off and I want to write a track about how everybody around me I fucking hate for some reason. Like I get in moods, man. You know me. I get pissed off. I get like I get angry. So I gotta express it somehow. And
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, which character can we expect a release from next?
Lil Py. In July, I'm dropping an EP.
Okay.
But it's and to go off of what Kevin was saying, it is going to be a mix of it's probably not gonna have any boom bap, but I think I'm dropping a bedroom pop track on it as well as like a just straight up rap track with some like poppy vocals. It's just gonna, I don't know. Because I kind of also just want to put something out that I don't give a fuck about, where like it's my sound that I've been doing. Because I think I finally found my sound. Like I feel like when I make like I texted Kevin today, I was like, dude, I don't know what fucking happened this week, but I am just writing bops. Just something happened where it just went, this is your sound, dude. I think mixing helped a lot. Paying attention to like how people's vocals sound and then like how I like mine to sound. Like so like when I was recording my recent track called Okay.
So, real quick.
Yeah.
I called you to tell you. I didn't even want to talk about what time we were doing this, but I called you to tell you it's probably my favorite thing you've done.
It's good,
far.
right, dude?
It's fire.
It's
The
good.
same
Like
one that you sent me.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
it's good, right?
That
It's
shit's
good.
good as fuck.
I'm excited for that. I'm like I think this could get something. You know what I mean? Like it's like so that's what I was getting at is like so mixing for people, I now know what my voice needs. I have a very low like depth, right? Like I have a lot of depth in my bottom register, but as well as my voice is also kind of heady and has a high. So I have to like mix this weird like the mix for people doesn't work with me. I have to mix my voice really weird where it's like I have to get my high end sounding a little filtered, but my low end also sounding a little more depthy, so it sounds like full. So I like recently I've been like, that's why I think I found my sound, is because like I now know how my voice sits in a track, and I know how to fit my voice in a track, and it just went, okay, this is what we're making. And like I've been listening to like all my inspirations again, and that's been helping a lot. Like, yeah. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you mean. I found that I feel like has been like one of the early rewards of doing the song a week thing has been my approach to recording vocals, because I used to just like run straight through a song and like have it on one vocal track. Obviously, like there's some harmonies and maybe some backup parts on a different track, but one thing I found is like instead of running straight through a song with the main vocal, I'll do all my lower register stuff on a track and and process that in a specific way, and I'll do all the stuff where I'm like really belting um on its own track and process that in a specific way. And maybe that's stupid, like maybe that's how I should have been doing it all along. But yeah, it's something I just found out like works better for me, especially because the sheer, I don't know, something I've noticed is I sing very dynamically. I think I said this before on an episode, and I can go from something that's really really like soft and breathy, that's like, you know, like I literally need to have the input on my interface like all the way up. Um but there's some stuff where I'm at the top of my range, um that I need to, like I need to track that differently. Like I need the input, like I need to like the input on my interface like way less hot
yeah.
when I'm doing that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's what you meant. I don't really know where that tangent came from.
No,
But oh yeah, because like you said, you approach like different, like when you're singing in different parts of your range. Like
no,
you
no,
gotta,
no. I'm not talking about like my range. I just have a very low depth in
Yeah, he's just
general.
talking like the natural tone of his voice.
Yeah, like
Mm.
when I like talk, you hear that it's low, but I also have a higher register up in my nasal area.
Right.
So it's like I had to learn how to mix it in my own way. And once I did that, I was like, oh, I learned how much reverb I need on my voice. That is a big part. I don't know if anybody else does this. I use short and long reverbs on my voice
At the same time.
at the same time.
What purpose does that serve? I'm curious
So
from what
I
you get
watched
out of it.
this. Yeah, I watched this dude on YouTube, and he was like, I do this to give their voice like, so it's like filters, by the way. They're like
Okay.
filtered reverbs. So
Okay.
it's like the short one gives the low end a lot more
Mhm.
depth, and the longer one just is like gives it that breathy, airy vibe at the end.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
just like
like I said, I wasn't doubting
yeah,
it.
no,
I'd
no.
never heard that before.
Yeah, no, it's a really cool trick. That's why my vocals sound really like upfront but airy. Also, I use Airy Q from Slate. But yeah, there's a lot of
The fresh air.
yeah, no. It's like
It's airy, by like
it's like in
Heliosis
the
or something like that.
yeah. It's the one. It's in the VBC rack. That's the one I use.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't work on my Mac yet.
Pain.
Yeah, I have the new M1 chip.
Oh, so I shouldn't update.
I mean,
Fuck.
well, I mean, they're probably gonna have it all figured out by the summer, anyways.
Yeah, good point. But yeah, no. So like I don't do any of that extra shit. That okay track was the first track I ever used autotune with.
Mm.
Very light autotune. You can't I don't need autotune. I personally like my voice natural, but I'm getting into a T-Pain phase where I kind of like the like little bit of that robotic end to it. Like with my bedroom pop, it's heavily auto-tuned. Like not to a point where it's like robotic, but it's like you could tell that like there's shit being done to my voice. You know what I mean? Which before if Kevin remembers, I would just be like, no, don't pitch my shit. Like I used to be that type of guy because I think I have a naturally good voice. So, but yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. I don't know, Kev, you got anything for Luke? I'm trying to think.
Um, it's a hard thing because I feel like I talk to Luke about like everything when it as it comes out when it happens.
Well, like Kevin is like the only one that I know that like I'll send, and not that I don't. I just know when I send Kevin it, either he's gonna listen to it and critique it and actually give me a critique, and like he'll actually listen to it when it's out. So I'll send him stuff. But like even in my group chat right now, I'm making all these songs. I'm like, oh, this song bops. They're like, send me it. I'm like, not until it's released, y'all. Not until it's released.
This is
like,
an interesting one though because I think this is one of the songs, probably the first ones by you that I didn't. I mean, I guess maybe Happy too, but where I didn't get like up to date like versions of it. I feel like it kind of just came out. I never really heard too much of it. I remember I heard like the beginning verse and like the intro, but I didn't hear like Austin's part on it or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm also trying to like stop sending people shit. I'm bad at it because I get excited and then I know my like one, like Kevin I can send and he'll be like, oh, this is good, you should do that. But by the way, Kevin,
yeah,
the main reason I sent you the bedroom pop one is I need you to play on it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't text you that. I was like 9 a.m. and I was up for like 26 hours basically, just recording.
Now that I have a Mac again, I'll get on it.
I need like Clario guitar type vibes on top.
Cool.
Yeah.
7th chords.
Exactly. Just jazzy shitty chords. And Jerry, I might hit you up to play drums.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, because I want to make this like bedroom pop thing kind of like acoustic. Because I use acoustic on the thing. I use an acoustic drum kit that I just used MIDI with.
Yo, I totally forgot to tell you this. This is kind of off topic and maybe doesn't need to be said on the podcast, but for the record that me and Jack are working on right now, he went through and took some samples of my drums. So if you want them, I can send you them.
Ooh, yes.
I know you had mentioned that before. So
dude, if you ever literally record a drum break, like a drum break, send me them, because I'm getting none of the drum breaks I find are the ones that I want, and I need a hi-hat that's just riding, like it's because like a lot of my beats I'm trying a lot of my like lo-fi beat tape shit needs real hi-hats.
Yeah, I'm into it.
But honestly, I think this is a good place to end. I know it's a little short, but I gotta shower and shit.
Yeah, that works for me, man.
Right.
Got a little bit of a date tonight, boys. So we gotta get ready. King Gucci. But word, yeah. So expect Okay to be released in June as a single, and then an EP will be dropped in July, everybody. Jerry, you got weekly shit coming out. They're always a banger. Real sad boy type shit. He's getting into his funeral vibes.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just had to do a little 3-week tangent on
I fuck with it. No, I fuck with it. And Kevin is on the DL, and I like it though, because he's about to pop off with some shit that we're not expecting. Find all of our links in the bio. Comment down below what your favorite instrument is. I don't fucking know. I was trying to think of something interesting, but I couldn't.
Yo, favorite fruit in the comments.
Favorite fruit. I just did a TikTok where I put Fat Joe's whatever on, and I just hold a potato up. So favorite veggie too. But peace, everybody.
Later.